when you say 1960s, that means may bachelor's degree na ako. I came back from abroad with a master's, so a master's degree na ako. So, iba na ba ang social work? Nung ako nag-aaral pa and then I came back with a master's degree, I would say no. It was still a big struggle. Social work was still perceived as charity or philanthropy. Marami ng mga politicians or society matrons, they would go to poor areas, poor communities, they would distribute material assistance, material goods, sardines, rice. They will post for pictures, and then they will carry babies in their arms, and then they'll say, so and so was doing social work in Sapang Palay or something like that. This, nanggigigil kami pag nakikita namin yon because that is not social work. But what can you do? Yun ang perception kasi talagang yun ang term na ginagamit. They didn't even use the term social welfare. Kung social welfare, pwede medyo okay pa. Hindi ba? Dahil social welfare, the welfare of people in society, anybody can be involved in social welfare. But social work is abroad. Mas may recognition na doon that it is something, it's what an art and a science, a scientific way of helping people. So, hindi ganon. And we were always trying to correct, pero wala. At sa kukunti na ng social work. Kasi nga ang perception charity, di ba? Kukunti nagpupurso ng social work. But in 1965, the social work law was passed by Congress, Republic Act 43. 4363 ba? 73? 4363. Recognizing social work as a profession. Okay, good. Nagkaroon na ng board examination from the Professional Regulation Commission. Nagkaroon ng board for social workers, 5 people. So every year, mayroong board examinations. Well, that was good because a little recognition, pero hindi pa din sapat upang talagang maintindihan at ma-appreciate kung ano talaga ang social work. It's a profession that involves the use of knowledge and skills in working with people. Hindi only doing good for others, because you can do good for others by giving them relief goods, hindi ba doing good for others. But how do you help in a way na you develop people? Hindi na sila nagpapalimos o hindi na sila, mired in poverty. So, mahirap in the 1960s. But many schools of social work started to be established. By the way, the first one was the Philippine School of Social Work under the Philippine Women's University. But it was at a bachelor's degree. It was called MASA, M-A-S-A, Master of Arts in Social Administration, where the school invited executive directors of many social welfare agencies, not social work, social welfare agencies like the Girl Scouts of the Philippines, Philippine National Red Cross, YMCA, YWCA, to take this MASA course. Diba? But after that, nagkaroon na ng ibang schools, UST, University of Santo Tomas, UP, later Central Scholar, na bachelor's degree na. Okay? And then, because nga iba-iba pa rin ang perception ng social work, hindi standard ng curriculum. Tapos, many schools, including UP, medyo naka-focus on working with individuals, which, was called casework. Yes. And ang mga teachers, including UP, mga galing abroad, mainly the United States. And doon, medyo clinical ang focus, working with individuals who have mostly emotional problems. Walang masyadong focus on realities that make people, actually experience emotional problems. Hindi ba? Ano yung because ng emotional problems? Hindi naman lahat psychic. Kasi noon, very popular yung Freudian theory, di ba? Ang puro, naalala ko when I was in college, ang master's degree, even in the United States, masyado yung mga ego, super ego. Puro mga ganun-ganon, yung mga personality theories na, okay, masyadong ganon. Hindi masyadong tinitingnan yung reality sa mga society, the environment, and how these affect people. What the psychosocial problems that are created because of the social environment. So ganon, and finally in 1967, nagkaisa yung mga schools offering social work and the Department of Education, the UNICEF, with help from UNICEF, pati yata NEDA was involved. We had the first national workshop on social work education. I think that was held in Tagaytay, Silang, Cavite, Tagaytay. I cannot, kasi every year, hindi ko na maalala. I was there. Practically all the schools of social work in Metro Manila, kasi hindi pa naman ganun kadami. Siguro wala pang 6-7 schools offering social work. Sa probinsya halos wala. And we were there, and representatives from the Department of Education, wala pang CHED noon, representatives from NEDA, anyway, UNICEF, of course. I think funding was from UNICEF. So the question was, how relevant is social work to the realities in the Philippine situation, to the realities of the country? And napagkaisahan nga na you cannot contribute to society in the Philippines by only teaching casework. Di ba? The problems are shared by too many people to expect casework to change their lives, to help improve their lives. So nagkaisa na there has to be an inventory of social work education and practice. And among the agreements was that the bachelor's program in schools of social work should be for the preparation of students for direct practice with people. No specialization, direct practice with people, not casework. Direct practice with people, working directly, right, to help people. And then that the master's degree would be for the preparation of graduates to contribute to different fields. And then advanced direct practice. So kung gusto mong medyo clinical or community organizing, hindi ba yung ganon, okay? Advanced direct practice, let me see if I remember, supervision and administration, social welfare planning, social research. May isa pa eh. Oh my God, never mind. We'll look at that lang later on. Okay. So yun ang naging decision. And also, nag-agree that the courses would have to be reviewed, okay? For the relevance, to these objectives that have been defined for undergrad and graduate social work education. So after that first national workshop in 1967, there followed annual workshops. Annual. I don't know when they stopped doing that, but for many years, I would say easily maybe 8 years. The orange book, makikita niyo yan doon, yung second workshop, nag-focus na sa course content. Okay? So, doon na nga napag-usapan na hindi na pwedeng casework. Diba? Kasi if it is for the preparation, if the bachelor's degree program is for the preparation of students for direct practice, you do not focus only on casework. You're going to be working with people. And the problems of people is not just, problems affecting themselves as individuals. It involves their families, their communities, Okay, so nagbago na.
Okay.
So that is what happened.